Hello, students. Welcome to yet another session of YouTube wherein we explain lessons of English Marigold from time to time. So, here we are back with yet another lesson of English Marigold text. And today I've decided to take up the 7th unit of your English textbook, with the first lesson being a poem named On My Blackboard I Can Draw. Children, I believe everyone knows what blackboard is. See, blackboard basically is a board which is black in color, and we can write on it using CHALK, which is chalk. Now, what is chalk? Chalk are this whitish powdery thing, not powdery actually, they are solid. When you write with chalk on a blackboard or something, it leaves powdery impression, making our writing clear. Okay, so I believe we have known what blackboard is and what chalk is. So without any further delay, let's begin the lesson called On My Blackboard I Can Draw. Okay, so this poem is a lovely poem, which is what we are going to read now. So here we go, let's start. On my blackboard I can draw. Okay. On my blackboard I can draw one little house with one green door, two brown gates that open wide, three red steps that lead aside, four little chimneys painted white, five little windows shining bright, six yellow marigolds straight and tall, growing up against the wall. Okay, see, this little child has drawn a number of things on the blackboard using a chalk and then coloring them. See, colorful chalks are also available. We have red chalk, green chalk, yellow chalk, and so many other things, isn't it? So what are the things that the child has done? Let's read and find out once again for you all. Okay, on my blackboard I can draw. Of course, drawing on blackboard is possible, isn't it? Let's say this is blackboard. We can draw anything we like this, or whatever you like to call it. Okay, so you can draw what? One little house with one green door. You see, if you take a quick look at this, here is a little house with a green door, isn't it? Here is the door we are talking about. And what is the color of the door? The color of the door is green, isn't it? There is drawn a house with a green door. Then two brown gates. Okay, two brown gates that open wide. See, these are the gates. Okay, here are the gates. Gates are open, that is why they are not fully visible. Okay, so two brown gates open wide. They are open, that is why we cannot see them. If they were closed, they will be like that, isn't it? Let's say this is brown in color, they would be visible. Since they are closed, we cannot see them. Okay, moving on to other lessons. What do we have? Moving on, what do we have? We have three red steps that lead inside. You can see clearly there are these red steps, isn't it? If you walk on top of these red steps one after another, you will get into the house. Okay, so they lead inside. Then what do we have? We have four little chimneys, right? What do we have? We have four little chimneys painted white. Class, you see, these things are called chimney. So why do we use them? We use them for letting the smoke get out of our house easily. Okay, so four little chimneys painted white. Then what do we have? We have five little windows shining bright, isn't it? Windows are what we use for letting the light. Windows are what we use for letting the light inside our room to make our rooms bright, isn't it? So how many little windows are there? There are one, isn't it? You can see one, then we have 2, 3, 4, 5. So in total we have 5 windows. How many windows? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. They are called windows. In case you don't know, what do we call them? We call them windows. Okay. Then 6 yellow marigolds, straight and tall. See, marigolds are flowers, isn't it? Which are yellow in color. Very beautiful. So we can see 6 marigolds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 little marigolds. What are they? Straight and tall. They are straight as well as tall. Okay. We are talking about marigold flower. And they are growing up against the wall. Okay, so class, this is all about the poem. It's a lovely poem wherein the child draws, a beautiful house with chimneys and then windows, flowers, and so many other things. Okay, so in this poem, if you can see clearly, we have learned some new words. What are they? Gate. I've told you what gate are. Wide means to remain open, or something that is open wide. Okay, then we have led. Led means to lead someone or to allow someone to come in. Chimney is what I've shown. Marigolds are flowers. Straight, if something is not curved, it is straight. This is not straight, this is straight. Okay, this is straight, this is straight. Alright, so that is it. It's quite simple, and this brings us to the conclusion of the poem. What you can do at home is try and learn it by heart on your own. Now reading is fun. Let's start the exercises. You can open your book alongside at page number 10606. Okay, let's see what do we have at reading is fun. So how many windows does the house have in the poem? The house had F-I-V-E, 5 windows. How many windows? 5 windows. Am I right? Then what else do we have? Where do the marigolds grow? The marigolds grow against the wall. Where do they grow? They grow against the wall, isn't it? They grow beautifully against the wall. Now it's time for us to read Say Aloud, wherein we'll learn how to repeatedly say some words loudly. Okay, so repeat after me. Drove, drain, drip, brown, brain, brick, tree, throw, thread, grow, grabs, gray. Okay, that is it. That's the conclusion. Now let's listen to this exercises carefully. See, every room becomes dirty if not clean, isn't it? If you do not make the room clean, it will become dirty. So let's clean our classes while singing this poem. So we cannot clean our classes now because we are all doing homeschooling, wherein classes are basically online, right? So let's read another short poem. It's written by Rose Flyman. Okay, Flyman is a name, it's not a person who can fly. Okay, so I'm going to sweep the dirt away. I'm going to sweep the dirt away. I'm going to sweep the dirt away. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So this is called broom. We use broom to swish and sweep the dirt away, right? So class, it is interesting. Now let's move on and find out what else do we have in the pages to follow. We have let's write. I believe this is simple. See, there are 2 rooms of the house. These are 2 rooms of the house. Color them, and based on this activity complete the paragraph. Very simple. You see, here is the first room, and then when we scroll it down we find the second room. Okay, we are asked to do what? We are asked to first color them and then complete the story. So class, coloring is up to you. Now let's see. This is my, you can say, room. It has dash window. How many windows does it have? It has 1 window, right? The color of my bed is, you can make it brown, blue, yellow, whatever you like. So do it that way. Okay, moving on to picture number 2. So this looks like a room wherein people come and sit. So what do we call them? We call them living room. Okay, let's say this is a living room. It has furnitures, television. Okay, It has great space to sit on. So and so you will just have to complete this. Okay, class. Moving on. Next, what do we have? We have some pictures. We are asked to use the clues and fill in the blanks. Okay. He is as busy as a. This is called bee. Raj is as slow as a snail. So it's very simple. Class, you can do the rest on your own. Okay. Moving on. This pen is as light as a. What do we call this? We call this as a feather. What do we call them? Feather. Okay. My hair is as black as. As black as what? Cloud. Okay. So do it on your own. Now here is another interesting story. You can do it with your friend. Ask your friend to keep his mouth wide open. See, if your mouth is wide open, it will look like this. Keep his mouth half shut. Then ask him to keep his mouth half shut. Then again ask him to keep his mouth fully shut. You understand? We learn how we look when our mouth is wide open, when it is half shut, and when it is fully shut. Okay. Now you can try this activity with your friend or someone. Now let's find the right sentence. Read the pair of sentences below. Fill in the blank with the second sentence with the opposite of the word in red. Opposite is what? Opposite is just let's say a word which is totally different in meaning to what we have, like good, bad, day, night, black, white. Okay. Come, go. So find the right sentence. Read the pair of sentences below. Fill in the blank in the second sentence with the opposite of the word in red. The boy is running very fast. The boy is walking very slow. Opposite of fast is slow. Okay. Moving on. The clown is very happy. Opposite of happy is the clown is very S-A-D. Sad. Okay. So the girl is walking on a loose rope. Opposite of loose will be the girl is walking on a T-I-G-H-T. Tightrope. Okay. So that is it. Now let's move on and find out what do we have in the following pages. Change from singular to plural by adding es, ies and vs. So class, singular means only one. When we talk about one thing or a person or whatever you call it, it is called singular. When it becomes more than one, it is called plural. For example, finger is singular, fingers is plural, tomato is singular, tomatoes is plural. So we can change a singular word into plural word by adding es, ies, vs. For example, tomato, T-O-M-A-T-O. Tomato is singular, plural will be tomatoes, T-O-M-A-T-O-E-S. So you see, by adding es, I have changed a singular word into plural word. So that is what we are asked to do. Let's do. Hero will be heroes, H-E-R-O-E-S. Okay. Then fly will be flies. Spelling will be slightly different here, F-L-I-E-S. Wolf will be wolves, W-O-L-V-E-S. Potato will be potatoes like tomato. Lady will be ladies, L-A-D-I-E-S. Laugh will be laughs, L-O-A-V-E-S. And now, fun time. Okay. Can you crawl like a baby? See, when a baby is not able to walk, he crawls like this. You must have seen if you have brothers and sisters at home. Okay. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Okay. So can you hop like a grasshopper? Hop means jumping on one leg. That is called hopping. Okay. Hop, hop, hop. And next, can you zoom like an aeroplane? Zoom. Okay. Zoom means fly. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright. So these were some of the questions that we have seen. And this brings us to the conclusion of this poem. Okay, let us quickly take a look at what we have seen today. Today we have started 7th unit of English Marigold text, wherein we have read a poem by the name On My Blackboard I Can Draw, wherein we have seen a young boy like you drawing a wonderful picture on a blackboard with 5 windows, 4 chimneys, 3 staircases, 6 sunflowers, a brown gate, and so on and so forth, isn't it? So you also could try and draw something maybe. Okay. Additionally, we have to learn by heart the poem. Okay, that will be important as part of reading and pronunciation drill. Okay. And after the poem, what did we do? We did various exercises. First one was reading is fun, wherein we answered, the question as to how many windows does the house have in this poem. The house had 5 windows, isn't it? Where do the marigolds grow? They grow against the wall. Then we learn how to say a few words aloud. Some of them are drew, drain, drip, brown, brain, brick, tree, throw, thread, grow, grapes, and grey. Then we had let's listen, wherein another poem was presented with the motive to make us clean our house, like I'm going to sweep the dirt away, I'm going to sweep the dirt away, I'm going to sweep the dirt away. Whoosh, whoosh, and whoosh by Rose Flyman. Then we had let's write, wherein pictures of 2 houses were provided. We were asked to color them and then write sentences about them. So this could be your homework. Okay. And then some wonderful pictures of animals like bee, snail, and then some other things like moon, stars, cloud, and then feather were presented, and we were asked to fill in the blank. And as we moved on, a child with his mouth wide open, with his mouth half shut and fully shut, were seen, and he was doing a number of things. So we are asked, you were again asked someone to close the door using the words, okay, like open the door wide, okay, close, shut the door half, or keep the door, leave the door half shut, make the door fully shut, etc. So practicing these sentences will be important. Again, after this, what did we learn? We learned how to find the right sentences, isn't it? There were a pair of sentences, right, below. So we were asked to fill in the blank in the second sentences with the opposite of the word in red. Pictures were good enough to give us ideas. See, in the first picture, the boy was running very fast. The word in red was fast, so we were supposed to write the opposite in the sentence, so it's slow. And in the second picture, we see a joker, a clown who's very happy. So opposite of happy is said. In the third one, we see a girl walking on a very loose rope, isn't it? So the word in loose, the word in red is loose. The opposite of loose is, of course, tight. So we did all this activity, and then we learned plural and singular. So what is singular? Singular refers to one unit or a single unit, for example, pen. And plural refers to more than one unit of something. Pen, pens. Okay. Man, men. Potato, potatoes. Tomato, tomatoes. So these words were given, and we did write the answers one after another. I also in fact read for you. Then we had a fun time wherein we learned how a baby crawls. We also learned what action is called hopping, and then what is called zooming. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay. So that was it. These were the exercises we all thoroughly learned today. And at home, if you ask me what I would want you to do, I would want you to fully do the exercises on your own, and maybe read this poem once again as part of your reading drill. Learn it by heart if possible, and then also, if time permits, try and make this house on your own. Alright, class? So with this, we come to conclusion of today's class. It was wonderful to have conducted this session. Make sure that the video is shared with your friends, because due to pandemic, many of us have not been able to attend school regularly. If they benefit from watching this video, it should help them a lot. Okay, so take care of yourself, learn well, and do the exercises as instructed. Know how to draw things. Drawing is also some sort of skill which requires a great amount of hard work. Okay, And if you learn and do these activities regularly, it will help you a great deal. Alright then, let's wind up the session here. Bye bye. Thank you all.